Look at me, right here. I'm not here to give you a generic lecture about skipping your morning coffee. I'm not here to show you a colorful spreadsheet or sell you a get-rich-quick dream. We need to have a real mind-to-mind conversation about something much heavier. Right now, you are quietly sabotaging your own future. And the worst part? You're doing it with a smile on your face, thinking you're just living in the moment. Every single day, you are making micro-choices. Small, seemingly harmless habits that feel like comfort today, but are actually stealing your freedom 10 years down the line. You think you have time. You think you'll figure it out later. But the math of regret doesn't care about your feelings. By the time this video ends, you're either going to hate me or you're going to finally wake up. Let's talk about the silent destroying your life. Segment 1, the comfort trap, buying immediate relief. Let's start with the first trap. It's the habit of buying comfort to survive a life you don't love. Think about it. You work a job that drains you. You spend 40, 50 hours a week trading your energy, your mental health, and your youth for a paycheck. And the moment that paycheck hits your account, what do? You spend it immediately on convenience. High-end takeout because you're too tired to cook. Subscriptions you don't even watch. Upgraded gadgets to get a quick hit of dopamine over the weekend. You aren't buying a product. Let's be completely honest with each other. You're buying a temporary escape from the exhaustion of your daily routine. The brutal truth? You are using your money to numb the pain of how you earn it. You tell yourself you deserve a treat because life is hard and work is stressful. But that temporary comfort is exactly what keeps you locked in the cage. Every time you spend your surplus on immediate relief, you are trading your long-term exit ticket for 20 minutes of satisfaction. You are funding your own captivity. Segment 2. Financing a lie, the debt mirage. Let's talk about the second habit. And this one is an absolute epidemic. It's the habit of using tomorrow's unearned money to pay for today's vanity. We live in a world designed to make borrowing effortless. Buy now, pay later. Credit cards with shiny rewards. Flexible financing on things you cannot afford. You buy a lifestyle on credit because you want the status now, without paying the price required to actually earn it. When you finance a lifestyle through debt, you aren't just buying an object. You are signing away your future choices. You are guaranteeing that you must show up to that job tomorrow, and next month, and next year, just to service the ghost of a purchase you already forgot about. Every time you swipe a card for something that depreciates, you are telling the universe, my image today is worth more than my freedom tomorrow. It's a lie. And deep down, when you lie awake at night looking at your bank app, you know it's a lie. Segment 3, the ghost wealth illusion. Then comes the third habit. I call it the ghost wealth illusion. This is what happens when you actually start winning a little bit. You get the promotion, the raise, or that side hustle finally takes off. Finally! You think you've made it. But instead of your freedom growing, your lifestyle grows to swallow the new income whole. The apartment gets a little bigger, the car gets a little newer, the clothing brands get a little more recognizable. You look wealthy to your friends. You look successful on social media. But behind closed doors, you're under just as much financial anxiety as you were when you made half the money. You've built a cage out of gold. You are trapped by the social pressure to maintain an image for people who, frankly, do not care about you. You're trading your ultimate asset, the ability to walk away, to take big risks, to choose how you spend your mornings, just to fit into a crowd that is also quietly broken. Segment 4, the paycheck trap. This brings us to a habit that most people consider good advice. It's the habit of relying entirely on a single fragile stream of income. You've been told your whole life that a stable paycheck is safe. It isn't. A paycheck is a temporary shield. It's a drug that blinds you to your own economic vulnerability. When you rely completely on one employer, you are one boardroom decision, one corporate restructuring, or one AI algorithm away from zero. Yet the habit here is complacency. You come home from work, you're tired, so you switch off your brain. You don't build assets. You don't learn skills that you own. You don't invest in things that pay you while you sleep. You treat your paycheck like a permanent fountain, when it's really just a leaky bucket. True safety doesn't come from a company. It comes from leverage. It comes from owning your income. Segment 5, the someday. This fifth habit is the most tragic. Because it masquerades as patience. It's the someday procrastination. I'll start investing when I make more money. I'll look at my budget next month when things calm down. I'm young. I should enjoy my life while I can. I hear these excuses every single day. And honestly, they terrify me for you. Time is the only real leverage you have. When you waste your youth ignoring your financial reality, you aren't just losing money. You are losing compounding interest. You are losing the sheer power of time doing the heavy lifting for you. If you do not build the discipline to manage $100, you will never have the capacity to manage $100,000. It doesn't magically happen someday. By putting it off, you are actively choosing a future where you have to work until the day you die, simply because you refuse to look at the numbers today. Segment 6. Financial blindness. The sixth habit keeping you broke is deliberate ignorance. You don't look at your bank account because you're afraid of what you'll see. You don't track your expenses. You don't know your net worth. You treat your financial life like a horror movie where you cover your eyes during the scary parts, hoping that if you don't look, the monster will go away. But ignorance isn't bliss. Ignorance is financial suicide. Imagine driving a car down a dark highway at 80 miles an hour, and you purposely tape over the dashboard so you can't see the fuel gauge, the speedometer, or the engine light. That is exactly how you are navigating your life right now. You are terrified of the truth, so you choose darkness. But the cliff doesn't care that you had your eyes closed when you drove over it. Segment 7. The high-cost circle. Let's talk about habit number 7. Funding a social circle you can't afford. Who are you hanging out with? Are your friends constantly pushing you to go to expensive dinners? Are they planning vacations that require you to drain your savings account just to keep up? The habit here is saying yes to social invitations because you are afraid of the awkwardness of saying, "That's not in my budget right now." You are paying a high price for a sense of belonging. You are buying your way into rooms where the admission fee is your financial future. If your friends judge you because you are trying to build an empire instead of spending your last dollar on a weekend party, they aren't your friends. They are anchors. And right now, you are letting them drag you straight to the bottom. Segment 8. The passive consumer mindset. The 8th habit is deeper. It's a fundamental mindset shift. You are a passive consumer instead of an active producer. Look at your daily routine. You spend hours scrolling through algorithms designed to make you want things. You consume content. You consume products. You consume entertainment. Your entire day is spent reacting to what other people have built. Rich people build, invest, and produce. Broke people watch, scroll, and consume. Every single hour you spend passively absorbing someone else's creation is an hour you didn't spend building your own asset. You have the same 24 hours as the people you look up to. The difference is they treat their attention like currency, and you treat yours like garbage. The good intentions trap. Number 9 is the good intentions trap. You watch videos like this. You read books. You listen to podcasts. You feel that surge of inspiration in your chest and you think to yourself, yes, I'm going to change my life. And then you do absolutely nothing. You confuse the feeling of learning with the reality of doing. Information without execution is just intellectual entertainment. It's a drug that makes you feel productive while you remain completely stagnant. You don't need more information. You don't need another video. You need to take the raw truth you already know and turn it into discipline. Segment 10. The ultimate sabotage, and finally the 10th habit. The ultimate financial illusion. The habit of hoarding cash and calling it safety. You think because you aren't spending money on cars or clothes, you are winning. You put your money in a traditional savings account, watch the numbers sit there, and sleep well at night. Let me give you the most brutal reality check of all. You are saving your way to poverty. While your money sits dead in a bank account, inflation is quietly eating it alive. The purchasing power of that cash is melting away like ice in the sun. The bank takes your money, invests it to make massive returns, and gives you a fraction of a percent in return. They get rich on your capital, while you get left with paper that buys less and less every single year. Saving is defensive. Saving keeps you from starving, but it will never make you free. If your final financial strategy is just holding on to cash because you are too terrified to learn how to deploy it, you are actively choosing to lose the game. Let that sink in. The turning point, breaking the cycle. I'm telling you this not to make you feel worthless or to judge you. I'm telling you this because I care enough to look you in the eye and say what everyone else is hiding from you. The entire economic system wants you to be compliant. It wants you consuming. It wants you trapped in debt so you keep working. Breaking these habits isn't about depriving yourself until you're miserable. It's about shifting your perspective completely. Stop looking at money as a tool to buy things. Start looking at money as a tool to buy your time back. Every single dollar you save, protect, and deploy intentionally is a brick in the fortress of your personal independence. Conclusion and what to do next. If you've watched this far, it means something inside you knows I'm right. You feel that weight in your chest. Good. Don't push it away. Use it. Let that discomfort drive you to make a change today. But identifying the bad habits is only half the battle. Stopping the bleeding is just step one. Step two is learning what to actually do with the ground you recover. If you just watched this to learn how to stop destroying your future and save your money, don't stop here. Saving is passive. Growth is active. Watch my next video right now, where we shift from defense to offense. I'm going to show you exactly how to take that money, grow it, and build real, unshakable wealth. Stop waiting, click it, and I'll see you over there.